WPSP. We Pick Sports. It's the We Pick Sports podcast. You're now tuning in to WPSP, the We Pick Sports podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to WPSP. I'm Chris Miller, a.k.a. BillSkateboard.
Ain't your guy Aaron.
And today we're going to be talking about UFC 305 coming up this Saturday. So yeah, we'll just get right into it as we normally do with the main card. We're starting at the bottom, working our way up. So our first fight here, we got 19-8 Li Jingliang. He's 36 years old. He's also called the Leech. I kind of like that. I kind of like that nickname. There's a lot of cool nicknames on this fight. On this card. This is a welterweight bout, so he's going against, I'd say it's, well, not a similar fighter looking at the odds, but this guy's 19-6, Carlos
I think it's going to be close.
Prates?
Yeah, Prates, I think it is. I think it's going to be closer in the odds.
Okay. So
but Prates finishes people, so I like Lee a lot, but this guy's been on a tear, this Carlos Prates dude, so it's going to be a tough fight for him.
I have a 9-fight win streak written down here. 8 of them were KOs and TKOs. Yeah. Not all of them were in the UFC, but either way, they're fights.
Yeah, they're in one.
And he came from the Dana White Contender Series, right?
Let's 1 second.
I thought I saw that the other day.
Okay, my computer's going crazy.
Prates did.
I'm like 99% sure he is. Yep, and I think he finished him. Right, yeah, Mitch Ramirez with a straight left in the second round.
Sheesh.
So, yeah, and then when he came into the UFC, he fought Trevin Giles, which is a pretty, Trevin Giles is decent. He's been around, and he got him with another straight left. So, watch out for the straight left there, bud.
Yeah. This other guy, Lee, he's been fighting in the UFC since 2014.
Long time.
Looking at his record, it looked like he had kind of scattered losses.
Yeah, 10-6
throughout.
in the UFC.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And then Prates won the belt in SFT, whatever that means.
Yeah,
but
who cares about SFT? I've never even heard of that one.
Yeah. Either way, the odds that I had written down a couple days ago, plus 275 for Lee and minus 370 for Prates.
So it moved up to plus 280 on Wednesday night, plus 280 for Lee, and minus 380 according to ESPN.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at too. Okay.
So the odds are still going towards Prates here, which I can completely get. This guy's lethal.
Yeah.
And he's got a 78-inch reach compared to 71.5-inch reach.
That's
and 6-year age difference, and that never goes well for older fighters. I can't believe Lee's 36. I didn't realize he's that old.
I learned that reach problem just sparring with Beans, though. I couldn't get a shot in on him. He's got all that freaking reach. Let's just sneak some body shots. But, I'm going to roll with the odds here. I think Carlos wins, but I don't think the TKO streak continues because it seems like Lee doesn't get knocked out often.
Yeah, probably not. Except against Hamzat, he got absolutely murdered.
Did he get submitted?
Hamzat picked him up, walked him all the way over to Dana, put him down, and just and was talking to Dana as he was doing it. That's when Hamzat was just coming onto the scene. It was like, holy cow. Then he got him in the rear naked choke. So, yeah. I mean, that's about the only... He had a split decision loss to D-Rod, which is a really good loss, I know. But that's he hasn't fought since 2022.
That's a while.
That's a long time.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Carlos. I'm going to say Carlos wins by decision.
I'm gonna roll with Carlos as well, but I think he'll get a finish because I like finishes here.
Yeah, for the sake of sleep.
For the sake of sleep, I'm gonna go with a second round. He's gonna get a straight left again and ground and pound. That's what we're going with here for Prates. So I guess streak. But hey, who knows? I think it should be a good fight. Because Lee's been waiting to be on the main event. The last time he was supposed to be on the main event against, I can't remember who. He had a nice suit. He was all excited. He was on that UFC Embedded. He's like, got no suit for the press conference because they have the press conference. Yeah. And if you're on the prelims, you don't get that. So, and then they moved him from the main event to the prelims, which really sucks for the guy.
Suit's damn expensive.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So, it sucks that he's going to have to lose. But I kind of like him, even though China. But he's actually he's fun. So it sucks, but he's going to lose to Brazil.
Yeah. And so, yeah, both going with Carlos on that. Moving on to our next fight, we got Tai Tuivasa. He's 15-7. He does the shoeies, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if he wins, it's gonna go freaking crazy in Australia because they love Tai Tuivasa.
Oh, this fight's in Australia.
Yeah, it's in
that
Australia.
makes sense because I saw the other New Zealand.
Yeah, it's a heavy
fight.
New Zealand Australia card.
So and I like so he's going against Rosenstrike, who's
2
14-5.
strikers here. So.
Yeah, and I love their nicknames. Ty, his nickname is Bam Bam.
Yeah.
And then, so is this Biggie Boy or BG Boy?
I say Biggie Boy, but it could be I think it's Biggie Boy.
Yeah, I like it. Biggie Boy.
I think that's what Annex says, is Biggie Boy.
Biggie Boy and Bam Bam. Rosenstrike, is he the guy that's got the horse kicks? Or is that...
He was the one that was kicking
Ngannou?
Ngannou in the legs, because he's got hard leg kicks. And then Ngannou was like...
It just freaking power mode.
Literally like a grizzly bear, or a gorilla, I don't know, just something murdered this guy, and it was scary.
And that's what I wrote down here is that Rosenstrike was on quite the streak, 10-win streak before he ran into Ngannou.
I think he might have been undefeated.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was 10-0.
Because he came in and he fought a whole bunch of old people, but still.
Yeah.
And it was
Still
knocking him out, looking crazy good,
yeah.
and then put him against that big boy. That doesn't end well.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, he's got a lot of losses lately, I think.
Ty's on a losing streak, too.
Oh, no, it's just going... So he went a trillion wins, and then it was like loss, win,
Yeah,
loss,
it's like a
win,
mixed
loss,
bag now.
loss, win, loss, win. So he's due a loss here, I guess, because he just
Yeah.
won. So.
And then with Ty's record, he went...
He's on a 4-fight skid, right?
Yep, yeah, because he went 10 wins in a row, then 3 losses, then 5 wins. Now he's on 4 losses in a row.
He needs this one bad.
Yeah, I think his losing streak's going to continue. That's how I'm rolling. And the odds on this one, a little closer in the last fight, plus 180 for Ty, and then minus 220 for Rosenstrike.
Yep.
But I'm going with Rosenstrike, and I'm going to go with a second round TKO. That's what I'm rolling with here.
You know what? Everything in me has Rosenstrike winning here. But just based on vibes for Australia, I think I'm going to roll with Ty. Because if Ty can make it a dogfight, like standing and banging, he's got a good chance. Because he's way more powerful than Rosenstrike. But Rosenstrike will probably be smart and try to pick him apart like he was doing against Shamil Gaziev, who was a big name. He was undefeated coming in against Rosenstrike. It was a main event on a fight night card. So nothing special, but... Rosenstrike picked him apart, just murdered his face with jabs and crosses, and then at the end of the 4th round, he couldn't get up. So he sat on the stool, and that was it for Shamil Gaziev.
Oh, he just sat down?
Well, he was literally getting murdered.
Holy crap.
His face was beat up, so... I'll roll with Biggie. I mean, not Biggie Boy. I'll roll with Bam Bam here.
Bam.
I'm going with Ty. I want to see a shoey in Australia. That'll be fun.
That'd be sick.
I thought coming in, I was like, oh, there's no chance Ty is gonna win. Like, he's on a 4-fight skid, doesn't look great, but a lot of those against like grapplers, and he tuckers himself out. So if it goes past the 2nd round, it's definitely Rosenstrike. So I'm gonna go with the 1st round finish for Ty, just based on vibes.
In the sake of sleep.
Yep.
We're all about the sake of sleep here on WPSP.
Oh, fucking Gamrot time.
You're gonna love this one. Yeah,
he's a beast, dude. 24-2.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I didn't know much about his history. I just hear you talking about him out here, but then actually looking into it. So yeah, we got 24-2. Fucking Gamrot, 33 years old. He's nicknamed the Gamer. He's got negative 350 odds to win this one,
which is good. That's a good odds here. There's only way Dan can win this fight is if he keeps it on the feet and knocks him out. Basically is what I'm thinking, because Gamrot's just going to take him down.
That's what I was going to say. I have him down here as a wrestler. Yeah. He's got a mix of wins, so he can win different ways, but I'm assuming that's why
solely
you say fucking Gamrot, because he's a wrestler. He's always fucking boring.
It's just kind of boring, and he deserves a title shot. Like, he's fought
24-2.
He's fought a whole bunch of good people, like RDA, I'm pretty sure he just beat RDA. He's beat Faziev. He's beat... Can't think right now. A lot of good people. He was the backup fighter when Alex Volkanovski came in on short notice and lost to what's-his-face. He beat Arman Sarukian, so Arman Sarukian's going to fight.
I remember watching highlights of that because Arman was, he was getting him, but he got him in the decision, I think.
Yeah, he got a decision, which is probably what's going to happen here. The only finish he had in a while is when Fiziev leg kicked him and tore his ACL. That's why Fiziev was doing pretty good. It was a nice fight. I mean, the first round, he was picking him apart on the feet, and then Gamrot took him down. Shocker.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's about the only finishes we've seen from him. He did get a Kimura against Jeremy Stevens, so that's pretty good. But that was old man Stevens, so I don't know.
And then he's going against 23-12 Dan Hooker. He's been around the block.
Yeah, he has. He's fought everyone too.
Yeah. His nickname is the Hangman. He's 34 years old. He's got plus 265 odds. He's fun to watch, but he gets KO'd a lot. It looks like, but it seems like it's to tough people.
Yeah.
Like a lot of his losses are against some tough motherfuckers.
Real good people. Like he's fought everyone too. That freaking fight against Dustin Poirier was one of the best fights I've seen in a long, long time. He got finished by Arnold Allen. He got finished by Islam. He got finished by Michael Chandler. And finished by Dustin Poirier and finished by Edson Barbosa.
Yeah,
all of those guys are absolute killers. So he beat Jim Miller and Gilbert Burns. He finished Gilbert Burns with punches. So that's when people were like, "Oh, here we go." And then he got body kicked by or maybe it was a body shot. I don't remember which. I think it was a cross to his stomach from Edson Barbosa, which Edson Barbosa is a freaking animal. So that's nothing to be upset about.
Yeah. His last fight was WPSP episode 1 back at UFC 290.
Jalen Turner? Or is that who?
Yep, Jalen Turner.
That was his last fight?
Yeah, one of them broke their arm in the fight, right?
Yeah, it was Hooker.
Hooker did?
Yeah, he broke on one of the... I think he blocked a high kick, but he just kept swinging and banging.
Yeah.
Because he was getting pieced apart in the first round and a half. And then towards the end of that second round, he started hurting him pretty good and got the split decision against Jalen Turner.
So I'm thinking, like you said, if Gamrot wrestles, it's going to be boring, and I think Gamrot is going to win, but I'm going to make it interesting. I'm going to say Dan Hooker gives him a little bit of a run for his money in one of the rounds, so it's going to be Gamrot by split decision.
All right. I think Gamrot is going to get hurt pretty bad and then have to wrestle, and then just solely wrestle from there on. I think he's just going to squeak out a nice decision win. Maybe he'll lose the first round or second round, maybe third, but I'd be surprised. I think he's just better than Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
So I think he's just going to kind of get the job done. Gamrot by decision. Fucking Gamrot, baby.
Fucking Gamrot. So here we go, co-main event. We got 24-11, Kai Kara France.
He's got what's his nickname?
Don't blink.
Yeah, because he's got freaking hands, so don't blink.
Don't blink. Yeah, don't blink. He's a striker. This is the closest fight so far.
I don't know where I'm going still.
I can't remember what I got it here. An interesting fact about this France guy, he doesn't do well against guys named Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon Moreno, Brandon Royval, too.
Yeah, I think Royval, and then I think he lost twice to Moreno.
Yeah, Moreno's good, so it's nothing to be upset about.
So you got him. He's a striker, plus 135 odds. He's going against Steve Erceg, 29 years old, 12-2, nicknamed the Astro Boy.
Boy.
He's favored by 160.
I think this is his hometown that he's fighting in.
This France or Erceg?
Erceg.
He went all 5 rounds with Pantoja. Yeah, he lost.
He would have won that if he got one more takedown, but he decided to be silly and fucked up. But would have been the champion.
Yeah, and before that, he was on a 11 win streak too. So
he's a beast.
This guy's pretty damn good. What's this? How many rounds is this? I was hoping it
should be 3.
Okay, good.
I think it's 3 unless. Yeah, three round fight, so that's good.
Yeah, because I think this one's going to go all 3 rounds, and I think Steve's going to come away with a split decision on this one.
That's not a bad pick. I think the only way Kai Kara wins is if he gets that finish, which he very well can. He's a beast. But I think I'm going to roll with Erceg here. He came out of absolutely nowhere. I think he had 2 or 3 fights before he got 3 fights, I think, and then he fought for the championship just because he finished somebody else on the card instead of Mokaev. So then Pantoja was like, I want somebody new because he's fought Brandon Royval a million times. Not Brandon Royval. Well, he just fought Brandon Royval. Then he fought Brandon Moreno 3 times or 2 times. So he's like, give me somebody new. And there's not many people in the 125 weight class. So he called out Steve Erceg, and Erceg was like, let's go. And it was a good fight. Nothing amazing about it.
Yeah.
But I think Erceg will get the job done here and set himself up in a good position to get another title fight soon. But this fight, I don't know enough about. I haven't seen Kai Kara France fight in some time now. I think there's been a lot of people with a lot of time off. Well, he just fought a year ago against Amir Albazi, and he got absolutely robbed. It was really bad.
Was it a decision?
Yeah, he lost a split decision, and it was so bad. Like, he got absolutely robbed. It was really, really bad. So, I think he's going to lose, though. And they need to get him versus Manel Kape. That's the fight that needs to happen. They hate each other. So no matter what happens, I think you line up Manel Kape versus Kai Kara France here. Kai Kara France is awesome. I love Kai Kara France. I root for him. But I'm just going to go with Steve Erceg here.
Going with Steve from Blues Clues. So then we got, probably this should be the most interesting fight because this is kind of a lackluster card, even this and the prelims and all that. So we got the main card here. Middleweight bout, 21-2. DDP, he's the champ right now.
Tarikis.
Is it Still Knocks? That is
something like
something.
That.
Still Knocks.
I think it's Still Knocks. I don't really know what that means. But.
He's going. Everybody knows this next guy though. He's going against Izzy Adesanya, the last style bender.
Yep.
These guys, let's see. This is the closest odds on this card. DDP's at plus 105. Izzy's at minus 125 right now.
Basically a pick'em.
Yeah,
so,
and these guys fucking don't like each other.
Yeah, they hate each other.
I've been waiting for this one since DDP beat Bobby Knuckles in UFC 290.
Yeah, and he came in and was like, "You're a bleep 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 bleep." Yeah, Izzy was going off on that mic.
Yeah. Because I thought that was going to set it up. But now it's finally here a year later. It's all set up now. Izzy just lost to Strickland?
Yeah, he looked bad.
So Izzy lost to Strickland. DDP just beat Strickland, but that was a close one.
Izzy's lost 2 of his last 3 fights.
Yeah, so he needs...
And he hasn't looked great other than that finish of Alex Poatan Pereira, which he was still losing that fight before
he got that lucky knockout there.
He says he was baiting him into it, but it looked like he was getting... He might have baited him into it a little bit, but it looked like he was getting hit pretty good.
Yeah.
With some solid strikes. And I think that took a lot off of his chin, because Sean Strickland almost knocked him out in the first round of that fight. And Sean Strickland doesn't knock people out. No. Especially Izzy. So I'm kind of worried about his chin here. Because he's been a kickboxer. He's fought everyone. He's gotten knocked out by Alex 2 times now. Or 3 times.
And getting knocked out by a guy like that.
That guy is a freaking... At 185 too. I can imagine how hard he was hitting.
Yeah.
So
with this one, like you said, it's a pick'em. So I'm just going to go with who I like more, which is DDP. I like the praying mantis guy. I've liked him since UFC 290. So I'm going to go with DDP on this. I think it goes all 5 rounds, unfortunately.
Yep.
I'm going to go DDP split decision. Lock it in.
Yeah. This one, I'm going with DDP too, I think. I really like Izzy. I've liked Izzy forever. Big E turned me on to him, so shout out Big E. Izzy's a beast. He's fought every fucking middleweight in the world, basically. He's beat them all. So other than Sean Strickland, but just look at this. He comes into the UFC. He fights Rob Wilkinson, PFL 2022 champion. He knocks him out in the 2nd round. Gets a split decision against Marvin Vettori, takes out Brad Tavares, knocks out Derek Brunson. Kind of went easy against Anderson Silva because Anderson Silva was over the edge. Old man Anderson Silva, we're not counting that one that much. But then that banger against Kelvin Gastelum, crazy fight, one of the best fights I've ever seen. Came down to the 5th round, he got the job done. That was when Kelvin Gastelum was legit, 16-3 before he was over the edge. Good fight there. Then he knocked out Robert Whittaker, and I was like, whoo! Super boring fight against Yoel. Knocked out Paulo Costa. Tried to go 205. Lost to Jan. Beat the hell out of Marvin Vettori. Had a tight fight with Robert Whittaker. Beat the hell out of Jaron Cannonier. Got knocked the hell out by Alex Pereira. Knocked Alex Pereira the hell out. And then lost to Sean Strickland, which was very surprising to me.
Yeah.
He's coming off a loss. He's deserved that time off. Almost a full year. He'd been fighting. He probably was the most active fighter for the UFC for some time other than Volkanovski. But he deserved that time off. I'm interested to see how he's going to come into this fight. I think he's a better fighter. I think maybe. On the feet for sure. He's definitely better on the feet. He's just way more technical. But DDP's got power.
And he's got gas tank now. He's got
his nose cleaned out.
Back from 290.
He proved he can go 5 rounds against Sean Strickland, which Sean Strickland's known for putting the pace on people. People say Sean won that fight. I kind of thought he did too at the end of it, but I was rooting hard for Sean, so I was kind of biased, but I think he won the fight. He had some serious bang, bang, like hitting Sean hard, which you don't really see that much. I don't know. I think DDP is coming into it. He says that Izzy doesn't have the same fire that he does right now, which I can see.
Yeah.
DDP really wants this one. Obviously, Izzy does too. Izzy says he's never wanted to kill a man this badly before.
Sheesh.
There's a lot of bad blood with all the true African stuff. They said that if DDP gets the job done, he's fighting in Africa the next fight. So.
Oh, boy. Izzy's going to love that.
Yeah. I'm going to go with DDP here. But if it goes to a decision, I wouldn't be surprised if Izzy gets it because he's a big, big name.
Yeah.
And that would set up a good rivalry, because then we could have another fight.
Yeah.
But if Izzy loses again, that's 3 out of the last 4. He doesn't deserve a title shot. He's going to have to work his way back up to get another fight against DDP. I just think DDP might have more fire in him right now, but I would not be upset if Izzy comes in and wins. I think DDP might get the finish here in the 3rd round.
I'd like that.
Just because I think they're both going to try to murder each other, and I think it should be a good one. Because they hate each other. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They cannot stand each other. Should be the best fight of the night. Knock on wood. Let's see a finish here. Either way, I'm fine with, but I'm going to go with DDP here.
3rd round knockout?
3rd round TKO, yeah.
Word up. So let's do a hypothetical. So we're saying if DDP wins, then he'll be in Africa. If Izzy wins, would that next fight also be in Africa? Do you think?
I don't know.
Do you think they'd run it back, Izzy DDP in Africa?
I think that would be the best money move.
Yeah.
For the UFC, which the UFC is all about. But Sean Strickland, he's sitting out for the title fight. Yeah. I don't really want to see Sean Strickland fight again for the title fight. I think he should fight Robert Whittaker. I think Robert Whittaker deserves that fight. Robert Whittaker's banging again. He's fighting another freaking beast, I'm pretty sure.
Just coming up?
I think he's fighting Hamzat.
Oh, shit.
I think they rescheduled that Hamzat fight. I could be wrong.
Was that supposed to be on the London card?
It was supposed to be the last fight Whittaker had when he knocked the hell out of one of the Russian dudes, like Ikram. But I'm pretty sure this is scheduled in Abu Dhabi in that October card. Yeah, he's fighting him again. That's a big fight. If Hamzat wins, I think Hamzat gets a title fight.
And that would be against either Izzy or DDP. Yeah, okay, word.
I think Hamzat, if he wins, he jumps over Sean Strickland because they've been waiting for Hamzat to fight for a title. This guy, he's a beast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know what to expect. If Hamzat doesn't get that finish early, I think Whittaker kicks the shit out of him. Because we saw the Usman fight. Usman started kicking the hell out of Hamzat on short notice. After that 2nd round, he was working him. So if that was 5 rounds, Usman would have beat him, and Usman's a 170-pounder, not looking great. So I think that'll be a good fight. I'm excited about.
What card is that?
I think it's the one coming up in Abu Dhabi, that October card. 308. I'm pretty sure.
Word.
Yeah. So he's ready to go. That should be. This 308 card is going to be banger. I don't know who the heck is on it, but I know it's a stacked card. Let's just look that up real quick.
There's some other card coming up that looks really... I don't know if
UFC Noche should be pretty good. I don't know who is on 306. They really fucked me up with all these freaking Because there's all these. They don't have the main event. It looks like. Oh, that's Topuria versus Holloway. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You got Serial Man and Volkov.
That'll be a good fight.
Ankalaev,
Rakic. That'll be a good fight.
And then they're just figuring out the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. October 26th. All right, pencil that in. October 26th.
Yeah, that'll be a good card.
Yeah.
What is UFC 306?
306 is O'Malley and Merab.
Oh, so that is the next one.
He gets to fight.
That's Noche, right?
Buddy. Is that where it is?
Yeah, it should be in the it's UFC Noche. I know for a fact it is.
Oh, just so everybody else in the card.
Yeah, that'll be the next
Paula
one.
Rosas.
A lot of good fights.
Yeah. Alexa Grasso.
Yeah, against Shevchenko. Finally,
Norma
again.
Dumont. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That'll be a good card.
Yeah.
305
14th.
prelims are kind of bad. I'll just go through it real quick. Junior Tafa, Walter Walker, both little brothers of UFC fighters. Walter Walker, I think, is going to get knocked the hell out by Junior Tafa.
Who did both Tafas beat? Was it Jim Miller? Or was it
not Jim Miller,
no,
but yeah,
else.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Oh, Porker.
Yeah,
Parker
Porter.
Parker Porter, yeah.
Poor and then Porter. Junior Tafa just lost to Rodrigo whatever.
Lemos?
Yeah, De Lima. He came in short notice for his brother. So that was a tough test for him at 5-1 against that old man. But I think he'll finish Walter Walker, which is Johnny Walker's little brother. Casey O'Neill, Luana Santos. That's two women coming up that are good prospects. Should be a good fight. Jack Jenkins, he's a nice prospect. He's a minus 900. Should get the job done against Herbert Burns, Gilbert Burns' little brother. Tom Nolan. He's a good prospect, and then that's about it. Some Stuart Nickel, 8-0 from Australia. I think it's his first UFC fight against
him because he doesn't have.
He doesn't even have a picture. Yeah. So that's about it. Dana White Contender Series back. A lot of good fights on that. The best one was Loner Kavanaugh.
Yeah, he was sending me Snapchats of the knockouts.
That was a sweet finish by Loner. And then some other good finishes. Bruno Silva got signed. Some big, scary black guy. Really good. Mansour Abdul Malik, beast. Jose Delgado looked good, so we'll give him a shout out. This Loner, they said a different name. His name is spelled LONE''ER. I don't care. It's like they were calling him like Loney or Lane, some weird thing. That's a Loner. I don't care. That looks way cooler. Loner's way cooler. He's a beast though at 125. I think I've been watching him since Cage Warriors. I just turned it on. I've seen a couple of his fights in Cage Warriors, so I was excited to see him fight in the Dana White Contender Series, and he looked like a beast. So I think he'll be a nice infusion in that 125 week weight class. So,
oh yeah, it'd be good to get some people in there.
Some names, so we can see somebody else other than Brandon freaking Moreno and Brandon Royval and
Is Pantoja in there or is that?
He's a champ.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that'll be good. But that's about all I have. UFC is picking up again. We have a million more stupid cards, which I don't really like them. There's too many of these cards that are super weak, and it kind of just kills the hype for these big cards because you don't really see that many people talking about this DDP Izzy fight, and it should be talked about a lot because Izzy's the best 185-pounder since Anderson Silva. Like, he's been running the 185 division since like 2019, the face of the UFC for a while. Now he's fighting against DDP with a lot of hate. But there's no hype about it. Yeah. So
I didn't even realize these guys are fighting.
Me neither until I looked it up. That's the problem.
Yeah. I'd honestly prefer it if they spaced out the cards instead of once a month. Like once every 2 months or something.
Or just all they would have to do is not have a weekly fight.
Oh yeah,
that takes away the names because you got to have somebody for the main event
for the weekly fights.
Yeah, and then you can't space them all in to like these pay-per-view cards because this is. I'm sorry, but this isn't a deep card at all. Like, none of these guys are who you want to fucking spend $85 to watch.
That was the next thing I was gonna say. How much the fucking cards cost? Now from the stack
other than the main event, like you don't really care that like Tai Tuivasa, he's fun, but he should be
He'd be like he should be the first name on the card if he's on there.
I mean, Carlos Prates versus freaking Lee. That's not a main event card.
That's prelim.
No, it's a prelim fight.
Prelim all
Even
day.
Gamrot Hooker, I would put them on the prelims just because Gamrot's such a boring fighter. And then Ursag, like, all right. I get he just fought for the title, but he's had, I don't know.
They're putting him as the co-main.
Kaikara France as a co-main, that's just not good. They need to spread them out. Too many cards, but that's the ESPN deal. They have to have a card. So it's bittersweet because it's very accessible now, but you don't get as many deep cards. And then you get the couple cards that are huge that they load up, like
300.
International Fight Week, 300, and stuff like that. So it takes away all your fighters you want to watch. So it's tough. But football season's coming up. It's coming fast. Steelers,
did they
Bills,
get it?
I don't think so. It said today, I thought I saw that what's his face? Ayuk showed up to practice camp in his 49er gear, so I don't know.
Because they said he's been a hold in.
Yeah, it's either he's going to be on the Steelers or he's going to be on the 49ers. So I would love to see the Bills make a move for a serious number one wide receiver, but I don't think it's going to happen. I guess we're rolling with Shakir, Samuel, and Coleman, and then Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins is cool. He's a good player, but I just don't feel that comfortable with him playing as much as we're probably going to play him. And Shakir, we just need him to stay healthy, and Curtis Samuel. Because if one of them go down, we're down to what? Tyrell Shavers, MVS, Kyler freaking Hamler.
At that point,
KJ Hamler,
you got to make a move somewhere at that point.
Yeah, we need something. Maybe we'll make a move at the deadline to try to get a wide receiver. But I just don't feel that comfortable in the wide receiver room. But other than that, Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, even Quentin Morris and Zach Davidson look like they're good tight ends too. But we can't just have fucking 3 good tight ends and no wide receivers. I think Khalil Shakir is going to have a good year this year, though. And I just saw coming into this that they traded the Patriots traded Matt Judon. Let me make sure. It was on ESPN, but that's huge for us Bills fans because he murders us. My God, that guy.
I like that he went to the Falcons, too. Put him in the NFC.
Put him away from us. We don't have to deal with him.
I like the Falcons, too.
Yep, they traded him. I don't know what the deals are, but that's good. You see that they're what's his face? Mark Andrews was in a serious car crash too, but he's okay, I guess. I just saw that on ESPN too. So, who just went down on J.J. McCarthy's gone, and so is that wide receiver they just drafted last year.
Jordan Addison?
Yeah, he just
got in trouble.
He just got carted off today.
So he got in trouble first, and now
he fucked his leg up.
Oh, man.
So he's probably going to be out for the year,
Vikings
too. So
are in trouble.
Preseason injuries, here they come.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be Sam Darnold's season, right?
Yeah,
which is fucking great. Obviously, I'm not rooting for injuries, but the Bills have that second-round pick, and if they lose, we could have a 33rd overall pick.
Ooh.
We're going to have the 32nd and 33rd overall? Come on. Yeah, I don't know. Injuries are coming. Matt Milano, he got banged up.
Oh, man.
They're thinking it might be a lot of speculation. They're thinking it might be a bicep tendon tear, which you can play through, but I doubt we will since he's already coming off that
injury.
Bad leg injury. So, which is why we have a lot of depth at linebacker this year finally. Which is good.
And our linebackers showed up last year.
Until the end when we were relying on A.J. Klein to cover fucking Travis Kelce.
Yeah, that's just not going to work any way you spin it.
So I think we're good. I mean, our defense is looking really good, I guess. I haven't been tuned in too much because I try to take a break from football because it really stresses me out. The Bills are really stressful.
Yeah, we got a lot of months to stress about it coming up.
So now it's ramping up. Second week of preseason. There's 3 weeks now?
Yeah, 3 weeks preseason. So, and we'll probably do we'll have to talk when we're going to record that. Yeah. We should do our season projections.
Probably
podcast.
Right after the third week of preseasons.
I think we'll have to do it.
Because there's a week break, right?
It's pretty close. It's straight into it. So I was thinking we might have to do it like this weekend or this week.
Yeah, whatever.
Line that one up. So we'll get the football coming out.
For sure. And then if anything happens, you'll see it.
Yeah, and then we'll have our week 1 projections episode after that.
Bills Super Bowl, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. UFC 305, kind of a weak card. Not our fault. We're not Dana White or McMaynard, so
we'll still be on Verdict though.
We'll be
follow our picks on there.
Yeah, we'll be doing great. So
yeah. But yeah,
thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Go Bills.